Dr. Snell Grove from Eastern Shore Weight Loss is back in the studio with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we've got a lot of things to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about is diabetes. Is there a correlation between diabetes and weight gain?
Oh, there definitely is a correlation. As you gain weight, and more people that gain weight, they become diabetic. And we've actually increased the number of diabetics in the United States by a phenomenal number over the last 10 to 15 years. I would say about 10 to 15% of the people in the United States have been diagnosed with diabetes.
So tell me about insulin. Does insulin, because most diabetics take insulin, does that equal weight gain?
Well, not all diabetics will take insulin.
Okay.
We try to save that for the last when everything else has failed. We love diet and exercise first, but people don't really participate too well in the exercise programs. Insulin, however, will cause you to gain weight. The reason behind that is, as you gain weight, you become insulin resistant. The insulin in your body does not put glucose where it needs to be. Glucose needs to be in a cell where it works. So if the insulin's not working properly, the glucose just travels throughout the body and causes damage. Now, as you become more and more resistant to the insulin rather, you have to have more insulin. You have to kind of flood the system. Okay. So those people who do take insulin on a regular basis, the shots, they tend to gain weight because the insulin then grabs the sugar and puts it inside the cell. The cell it's storing it in is a fat cell. The more insulin, the more sugar goes into the fat cells, the more fat you have. So when you go on insulin, you have a tendency to gain weight.
Now, do you have some new ways to treat diabetes?
There's all kinds of ways. There's several new medicines out these days to treat diabetes. Invokana is one that just came out. It's a great one. We love it. There are surgeries, gastric bypass. There are studies now that show that gastric bypass can actually cure diabetes. Gastric bypass is a fairly intensive surgery and invasive surgery. There are other things. There are lap bands. There's the sleeves. There are ways to keep you from eating too much. They're all invasive. They all require opening your body up and putting something in. It's much, much easier just to exercise and eat properly. Just set your mind to the fact that you're going to eat less, you're going to get out, and you're going to exercise more. That's the best prevention for diabetes that's out there.
Well, thank you so much. You provided us with so much useful information. Thanks for stopping by.